Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this how it always goes? This is supposed to be a quick tighten up the squeaky belt and we're done kind of thing, but I've discovered that the problem down here is that the power steering belt has actually flipped inside out, and it is no longer going to be a quick tighten it up. It's going to be gonna have to take the belt off. Might even need a new one, although this belt is fairly new, and so is that one. This particular car, I've had trouble all the years I've owned it keeping belts on it because it runs such high RPMs on the highway. It just eats belts. I've probably had to put 2 sets of belts on this car every year since I've owned it, so this is not too surprising, but I wasn't expecting that. What I ended up finding here is that the power steering belt here has flipped itself upside down and is still on the pulleys. It's still fairly tight. Let me see if I can get my hand down there. Not with the light at the same time. So yeah, this was going to be a tighten up the belt and take care of the problem because the belt's not that old. But the belt is flipped inside out and it's now severely damaged on the back side. Let's see if we can get it to focus. It's severely damaged, and I'm not going to bother to flip it over and reinstall it, because if you do that, you could risk the belt coming apart and then ended up getting sucked behind that crankshaft pulley, and it can get sucked up behind that timing cover and get eaten up by the timing chain components. It'll get eaten up by the timing chain components, and then your engine is basically dead. It's done at that point over a, $25 belt, if that. So, anyways, another thing I was going to ask, where is the battery hold down and why is the positive terminal there not quite fully installed? Because the battery was just recently replaced. But anyways, I did find the battery hold down inside the car. So what I'm going to do here is cut the belt off and reinstall the battery hold down. Okay, check this out. So I cleaned up the battery terminals, I installed those a little better, and I installed the hold down bracket. But check out the pulley here when this starts, because I wanted to know, why would this belt just throw itself off? Okay, so hold on, let me fix this flickering light. So I decided, well, this engine has a lot of miles on it, so maybe the crankshaft is walking in and out. And this is a manual transmission, so when you press on the clutch, there's a chance the crankshaft could walk in and out. So I had an assistant sit in there and pump the clutch pedal. Pump the clutch pedal, please. Yeah, you can't really see it going in and out like I thought you would. Okay, now go ahead and start it. Is wobbling quite a bit. Now, I don't know why it would just suddenly start wobbling. Maybe the balance is coming apart. But I would assume that is why it threw the belt off, or threw the belt inside out. And yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I had to send the car home, and now I'm trying to drive it back to my place so that I can fix it, and the belt is just squealing so bad it's actually trying to walk off. You can see that it's squealing so bad that I'm just gonna have to end up cutting it off so I can drive it home. course, the only tool that I have with me is my trusty Leatherman, and I can't exactly get down there to cut the belt off very easily, so it's kind of a struggle. But I'll get it done. Actually, what am I doing? I'll just pull the blade out and cut it with the blade. Is the serrated blade going to be the winning tactic here? Oh yeah, went right through it. Okay. Got it. Okay, now I can continue on my way home. Okay, I don't have any power steering, but that's okay because I've driven this car with no power steering before, and that's not really a problem for me. Okay, so I've got it up on the lift. I'm about to remove the balancer. I don't visually see any reason why it would be wobbling or bent, and I'm really hoping that somebody did not screw with the belt and way super over tighten it and bend my crankshaft. This is my car, and I've been the only one to work on it for the last several years. So if that were to happen, then it would have had to have been someone else done it. Try and pull it off by hand. Okay, any signs of trouble back there? Kind of, yeah. Let me zoom in on that. Look at that. It looks like the end of the balancer has been wobbling on the crankshaft for quite a while. And I noticed that the bolt was not exactly as tight as I would like it have been. A little bit of rust on the bolt threads there, so I'm wondering if maybe this bolt over the years, after say almost 280,000 miles, I wonder if this bolt had just loosened up just enough to allow that pulley to wobble. And there's the balancer side. It really looks like it's been loose and just wobbling like that, wobbling on the snout of the crankshaft for a while. Good thing we caught it though, because this could have been catastrophic. See that shiny surface, and it's not really flat anymore is what I noticed. It's not flat in here, so I am going to continue with the replacement. Here's the new one. Look how nice and flat that is compared to this one is like worn into a circular dished shape. So definitely do not want to put this one back on and reuse it because we'll just end up in the same spot. This is a new aftermarket replacement part. I'm going to go ahead and install that, and I think that should take care of it. Okay, let me see if I can get in there. I want to get the pin lined up. Don't squash the pin down if I can get it. I wonder if that thing's been loose for so long that it does look like the pin is distressed a little bit. So I may have to force that over the top of that pin or something. Actually, you know what, dummy? It's on backwards. Probably have better results to put it on the right way. Yeah, falls right into place. Look at that. Okay, and then the bolt, I slopped it with medium strength thread locker. The bolt does not appear to be damaged, so I'm going to reuse it. Service information does not call for the replacement. Although if you had a loose bolt and you thought that it might be wiggling, it might be a good idea to replace the bolt because you could suspect that it is fatigued. I visually inspected it. Like I said, I did not see anything that really raised concern for me. And this is my car anyway, so I can experiment. Yeah, that looks a whole lot better.